Hey, this is Jason with the local locksmith company, and I took the ignition out of the 2015 Chevy Malibu, and it didn't have a code on the tailpiece. So I leashed it open, and I picked it open. Picked it open with this leashy pick. So you can see the wafers are in here. And now we're going to try to read it. We're going to read the code off of it. So I'm just going to, I don't know if I can read. I can't hold the camera and read the code at the same time because it requires two hands. So we're going to try and make a makeshift camera mount. It's not going to work. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So let's read it out. Let's see if I can, maybe this will work, maybe it won't. So we're going to go with 1 is 2. 2 is 1. I can't even read it. It's so dang blurry. I'll just read them out. I'll get them. I'll put you on pause, get them back, and we'll see if it works. All right, so hang sight just for a second. Okay, we got a code as being 21341132. So my next step would be to check that code on lock codes to make sure that code is an actual code. So we'll go to lock codes and we'll fill online, and it's a Chevy and it's an 8-cut HU100, and then okay, so we're gonna go 21341132, and if that is not a code, so what could it be? So what we do is we work a process, and we eliminate numbers and we put question marks. So I'm going to do that for a second. I'm going to find the code. I'll be right back. Okay, so I had a code as, I had one of them, and I remembered it was a little, it could have been a 1 or a 2. Instead of being a 1, it was a 2. So it's 21342132. So that's going to be my code. I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to test it. And we're going to use the Triton cutter. And we're going to go into Chevy. And we're going to go into Malibu. And then we're going to go 4 to 16. No, we're going to go, it's a Z code. This is a Z code. We're going to go 16 to 23. These are Z codes. So this is definitely a Z code. So it's 2134. We'll put input, and we'll go 21342132. So we're going to cut that key. We get a blank over here, and then let's see where we got blanks at. Right here. Right here, there's some blanks right here. We'll take one of these, and we'll be okay. And it says it's got to be on D. All right, clean that off a little bit. Smeared it. All right, hang on one second. So it says it's got to be on B. All right, so it's on B. We're going to set this up here. We'll clean off the block, put it in there, cut it, cut. Okay, so now the Triton's cutting the key. And we have our ignition. So once we cut the key, we're going to test it in the door. If it turns the door lock easy, that's the one. probably takes a while to set up. Once it sets up, though, it's pretty quick. All right, I'm going to cut this key. I'll get back with you. Okay, the key's cut. We're going to clean off the key. And we're going to hope this is the right one. This is the moment of truth. So there's our cut key. Get a pair of pliers so we can hold the key. Hang on 1 second. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to put the key on a pair of pliers. So when we stick it in the door, we can hold it real easy. All right. All right, here's the car. Here's the door. And the moment of truth. That's the right code. All right, so now we're going to cut him a key. We'll just leave this one here. We'll take the tools and pick them up from pulling the ignition. And we'll cut the key. So that'll work. So now we got a working key. We know it works. So if it works in the ignition, it works in the door. And thanks for watching. This has been Jason with the local locksmith company. And that is how you get the code off of a key. I could have took the ignition apart, which is pretty simple. Here's the ignition here. I'm going to pull this out of there now, since I don't need it in there. It takes one hand. So I don't need it in there. But to take it apart, just when I had it turned, all I had to do was push this in, slide that off, and I could have read each one of them wafers individually. And you can also make, I have some of these, the depth keys. I don't have them for this one, but I have them for the B111s. And this is a 5 cut, so I could slide it in the ignition and it'll tell me where 5 is. Or no, this is 2. 2 of 5. So this is cut 2, depth 2, and then this is depth, let's see, depth 4. This is depth 4. So there's many ways of figuring out what the cuts are on these ignitions. Normally though, on a GM, it's stamped on the side, and that's how lucky. We didn't get lucky this time. So hopefully that's helpful. If you liked the video, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. It's been Jason with the local locksmith company, and we decoded an ignition and we cut a key. Next up, we're gonna program this key. We're gonna cut and program a transponder key. Thanks for watching.